everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley. Today we have an Empties video. Got a bag full of products, beauty products, skincare products that I have used all the way up. So I'm gonna give you like mini reviews on each product. Before that though, let's address what will quickly become the elephant in the room. I don't know how well you can actually see my face. I have very irritated eyes right now. Some makeup got into them. I have basically like chemical pink eye. It's happened to me many times, you guys. I just have really sensitive eyes. So if like glitter fallout or anything gets into my eye, my eyes freak out, they get really dry, like it's a whole thing. Also, we have really bad fog right now here on the Big Island. It's volcanic emission, so it's not really helping because it also really sets off my allergies and things like that. So my body's freaking out a little bit, but that's okay. I gotta film this video today. So here we are. I'm excited to talk to you about Empties. All right, let's go. The first product that I have, I don't even think they make this anymore, and I think this is years old, so it's probably good I finally used it up. It's the Herbal Essences Volume White Grapefruit and Mocha Mint Dry Shampoo. So I don't know if they still make this. I loved the smell of this, you guys. It says it's for all hair types. Tapioca instantly absorbs oil, waterless wash technology, keeps your hair looking fresh. It says it's color safe. I really liked this. Like I said, I used it for years. I don't use dry shampoo every single day, so it takes me a long time to go through a lot of it, but I did really like this. I felt like my hair's really fine, so not every type of dry shampoo works on my hair. This one I felt like really worked. And I want to say, was this the one that I had read reviews on it, I feel like, and people with thicker hair didn't like it as much, but the review said like people with thinner hair did. I'm like vaguely remembering this from a couple years ago, like I said, when I looked at reviews of this product, but I really liked it. I have really fine hair. I just have a lot of it. So this gave me a lot of body, and now I guess I have to find a replacement for this, but I don't think they make it anymore. I'll link it below if they still do. Now we have the Soap & Glory Clean On Me Shower Gel. It has that traditional pink Soap & Glory scent. It smells really good, you guys. It's really strong. If you don't like sweet scents, you won't like it. What I love about Soap & Glory, I usually buy their body washes as my like morning body wash. Like if I go to the gym in the morning and then I take a shower. Usually I take showers at night, but if I take showers in the morning, I like to use one that's really scented because it's definitely like a psychological thing. But I feel like one that is really nicely scented helps me wake up. Does anyone remember they used to have their Sugar Crush scent? That one was my favorite, but they discontinued it in the United States. And they have a new one that kind of smells similar, so that will probably be the next one that I buy. I love that one because it kind of reminded me of Sprite. It was like very citrusy. That one really woke me up. I really liked this a lot though. Okay, this is an empty of my husband's. I've talked about this a few times. It's the Nizoral Anti-Dandruff Ketoconazole. This works really well for him. The only thing he has mentioned is like he wants to add some more moisture back into his hair after, so we got to think about like a conditioner or something. But for actually getting rid of the dandruff, this really works because the medical stuff in this is actually like antifungal kind of medicine, if that makes sense. But he likes this. His brother started using it. It really helped him. So this definitely works. Now I have an empty cartridge of my favorite Kiss So Wispy in the Pixie style. Definitely the Pixie style and the Pompadour style are my two favorites. These are really pretty. They're very wispy. They're not quite as dramatic as the Pompadour style. So I really like these. I pretty much toggle between those two. And then I really like their My Lashes But Better line in Bare Affair. Those three different lashes are pretty much my favorite. So I'll get quite a few uses out of these. It's cool because this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of lashes in it. And I'd say you can use each one at least 3 times, sometimes 4. It just kind of depends on how well you take care of them. Don't always take great care of mine because I tend to just get really lazy and stick them to like my vanity or any surface that's available at the time, especially if I'm tired. So if you take good care of them, you can definitely get several uses out of each one. Okay, next we have the Cetaphil Ultra Gentle Body Wash for dry to normal and sensitive skin. My contact dermatitis has really been flaring up lately, so I wanted to go back to this. This was a product that I used when I was on Accutane as well, just because there's no fragrance. It's really just like soft. It does the job, but it doesn't set off any kind of skin sensitivities that you might have. So I like this. It's kind of pricey for what it is because it's Cetaphil and it's a whole body wash, but I do really like this. Right now I'm trying one from Naturium that I'm really liking too that is even more expensive. So if you have a lot of skin sensitivities, I would recommend this because it's just a good body wash. It does the job. It's nothing fancy, but that's pretty much what you want if you're having a lot of like flare-ups or skin sensitivities. Okay, next I have the CeraVe Makeup Remover Cleansing Balm. I like this. I feel like it works really well. I also feel like it's kind of expensive for how much you get. So you only get 1.3 ounces. And I can't remember how expensive this is. I want to say it's like maybe $13, which seems like kind of a lot for such a small amount, but it does work really well. And I just like to try different cleansing balms from the drugstore. So this is a good one. I would recommend it, but I think you can do your research and find some others that are also really good. I would recommend it. This I cannot get any more out of, even though it looks like there's still some in it. It's the Olaplex No. 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. I've talked about the Olaplex No. 4 and 5 before. I think that the conditioner works really well. The shampoo is fine. The conditioner I feel like is definitely where it's at, especially if you use, you know, a pretty normal size conditioner amount, but you leave it on for a few minutes too, and your hair gets really, really soft. So I definitely like this. I would repurchase. I feel like the holidays are the best time to buy these because they usually have them in sets, especially if you want to try them out. So I do really like this one. This is a fun one that I'm definitely not going to throw in the trash, but it is actually a candle made by my sister-in-law. I can link her Etsy site below. Her company is Lily Candle Company, and the scent is white sage and lavender. And it says love the ahis on it because this is what we gave as gifts for our wedding. So she made all of the candles as gifts for our wedding. See if I can still, yeah, you can still smell it. It smells really good. So basically we chose like our 2 favorite scents from her shop and asked her to make, you know, enough for our number of guests. And it was actually my husband's idea, which I thought was brilliant because we got to support her. And then it was like somebody that we love that, you know, was able to contribute to our wedding, and people really liked them. So we really like these. She even designed like these stickers to go on them and the labels. So using like our wedding colors and our wedding like images that I had created in Canva. So this is very special to us. And I'm not going to throw it in the trash, but I wanted to put it in empties because we did use the whole thing up. Now I have the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Double Repair Face Moisturizer. Okay, so this is an interesting product. I like it, but not what it's intended for. This, for me, does not work well under makeup. It totally pills up. I've tried it under so many different foundations. It definitely pills up. However, I started using it during my makeup as moisturizer for my hands, just because my hands, you know, I have my contact dermatitis and they're really dry, especially while I'm using them for something like makeup. So I would actually just pull this out of my drawer every morning and use it as like a hand lotion. And it worked really well for that. I liked it a lot, but I don't think it works very well for the face if you wear makeup. So I don't know if I would recommend it. There's lots of better hand creams out there that are less expensive. Okay, now we have the Tree Hut Tropic Glow Moisturizing Shave Gel. It's funny, I was just watching Jessica Braun's stories on Instagram and she was sharing that they have a new birthday cake scent and she's waiting for an unscented one. Me too. But if you do need to get a scented one, this is the best scent I've found. So it just smells very tropical, but I love the product because it's in oil, so you don't need a lot of it. And you get a really smooth shave with it. It doesn't gunk up your razors the way that like shaving creams and gels do. So I do really like this. I just really wish they would come out with an unscented version, but if you're gonna purchase it, this is definitely the scent that I would recommend. I think it smells the best. Ooh, we have one of my favorites. You guys know it's the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector Glow Makeup. This is in the Fair Light shade. I love this. I like this more than the e.l.f. Halo Glow product. That one's just like almost a little bit too much coverage for me. This one I think is the perfect amount. I'm wearing it today under makeup, and I like the sponge applicator. I know not everyone does, but I just really quickly like wipe it on the areas of my face that I want to be a little more glowy. It works great under makeup. It gives a really nice subtle glow. So this is definitely my favorite of those like Charlotte Tilbury dupes. It has less coverage than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I actually have a whole video comparing the e.l.f. Halo Glow and this one, and I definitely like this one better, but I would say this one has less coverage than the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I love it. Okay, speaking of makeup remover, I have 3 of the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Melting Balms. So I'm looking at the, trying to find the ounces on this one. 2 ounces. So this is what I was gonna say. So this one has a really light scent. The scent doesn't bother me. It doesn't irritate my skin, which is really nice. I feel like this product does a really good job of removing makeup. It's less expensive than that CeraVe one, but you get more product. So actually it might be the same price as the CeraVe one, but you get more product. Like this is 2 ounces instead of 1.3. So I definitely would recommend this one over the other one unless you're really sensitive to scents, but the scent has never bothered me. It takes face makeup off really well. I don't really use cleansing balms on eye makeup. I know that you can. I always use baby oil for that, so I can't speak to that, but for face makeup, this works really, really well. And now I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup in 1 and 2 Accrue. This is one of my favorite foundations. It can be very full coverage, but if you only use a little bit, it can actually look really pretty and just more perfected version of your skin. But you can definitely build this up to very full coverage as well. I usually like more of a like medium plus kind of coverage, but if you like lighter coverage, I feel like you could use just a little bit of this, or maybe mix it with something like that Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow Makeup, just to create like a lighter kind of look. But this is really, really pretty. The shade match is also pretty good for me. It's expensive, but it lasts a pretty long time, even if you're using it every single day. I've been trying to say that more with I use more expensive foundations, but I probably don't have to repurchase a foundation more than like maybe 2 times a year. And I only keep like 3 foundations in my collection. I'm not someone with tons and tons of foundations. So just to kind of give you an idea of how much foundation I use and all that. Okay, this I used completely up. This is a holy grail product for me. It is the Ciate Liquid Velvet in the shade PinUp. We'll see if there's any left I can swatch on my hand. It is such a pretty color. I feel like it's a holy grail for a lot of people, but also like if you know, you know, but a lot of people don't know kind of situation. Like Ciate, I feel like can be a really underrated brand. This stays on really, really well. It's such a pretty color, but I have used it all the way up. I had it for a couple years, but I did use it all the way up. So it's definitely one of my favorites, but I need to show you guys a dupe. This NYX Smooth Wit Lip Cream in the shade Parfait is such a good dupe for that product, that PinUp shade. The shade is almost exactly the same, and actually when it dries down, the formula is almost the same too, except I would say it's a little more hydrating than that Ciate one, so I would actually choose that one. I love the PinUp shade, especially for nostalgia's sake, but I probably would just recommend that you guys buy the NYX one. If you're interested in the shade, I would definitely start with the NYX one, see if you like it, and then if you would like to splurge a little bit, go to the Ciate one. But this is definitely a dupe that I found, and it's gorgeous. I have a L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I liked this. I would repurchase it, but I just like my Covergirl one a little bit better, the Easy Breezy Brow. I just feel like this one was a little bit drier of a formula, and it worked, it looked nice, but I just like the Covergirl one better. This was actually in the dark blonde shade. When my hair's a little bit lighter, like especially when I first go and redo balayage, I like to go with more blonde shades to kind of just offset the tone of my hair and my brows. So this worked really well. I like it. It's not a bad product. Would recommend. I just like the Covergirl one better. This is a Stila Stay All Day Liquid Liner. Waterproof one. I have so changed my mind about this. I've talked about this before. I had this in like a roundup of eyeliners I tried and I said I didn't like it. That's really because I didn't really like felt liners, but this is the first felt liner that I've actually liked. I feel like you can get a really precise wing with it. It is very waterproof. It's pretty pigmented. So I've changed my mind about this, and I get now why it's kind of a holy grail product and has been for a long time. So changed my mind about this. I really like it. I would repurchase it, but I would love to know some drugstore dupes for this too, because I really don't want to like keep having to repurchase this. And it sounds like people are doing yard work outside, so if you can hear that, I'm so sorry. Okay, we have one of my holy grails that I used up as much as I possibly could. It's the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream in the shade, I want to say this is Fair Light. I want to try Fair next time because I think this is still a little bit too dark for me, but I love the product. It's definitely one of my holy grail makeup products. It's great for like every day. You can also build it up to look really full coverage and nice. It's great if you want to go to like the beach or the pool or something like that, because it does have that high amount of SPF in it. It's a physical sunscreen. But yeah, I really like this. I need to repurchase it, but like I said, I think I want to try to go with the Fair shade because this Fair Light shade I think is still a little bit too dark for me. I'm looking at it as if I'm wearing it today. I'm not. But yeah, this is a little bit too dark for me, so I want to try the light shade, but I really love this product, 100%. I've probably repurchased like at least 10 of these since I got into makeup, and yeah, I will keep repurchasing because I love it so much. Okay, I have another moisturizer. I love this stuff. It's the Neutrogena Norwegian Formula Hand Cream. This really, really helps my contact dermatitis, and what I love about this is that it has a Vaseline petroleum jelly kind of feel, but is a little bit more moisturizing. So when you first put it on, it has that kind of Vaseline feel, which you actually need when you have dermatitis, but it actually sinks into your skin really quickly, and that's what I love about it. So it's really soothing to the skin. It has those good like ingredients and properties that my dry hands need, but I don't feel like I have Vaseline on my hands for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Like it absorbs really quickly and it just leaves your hands feeling really, really moisturized, and it has glycerin in it, and I think that's part of why it's so healing and helpful to dry hands. Okay, now we have a Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow Pencil. I've already talked about this. I really like this. It's my favorite brow pencil, high-end drugstore. I just feel like it does the job really well. It's not super expensive. It lasts a pretty good amount of time. I love that it has a spoolie on it. I don't know how amazing their shade range is. I feel like they only ever have a few shades in my drugstores, but that's not that surprising. So I've never really looked online to see if they have more shades. That would kind of be my only grump with it, is that it might not have enough shades for everyone. But I would definitely check and see if there's a shade that will work for you, because the formula is actually really good. Now we have the number 7 Radiance Plus 15% Vitamin C Serum. I love this stuff. It's finally a vitamin C serum that works for me from the drugstore. Because it's number 7, it is a little bit pricier, but you can find it at Target. It doesn't break me out. I feel like it really helps to kind of lighten those like dark spots and the hyperpigmentation that I have from acne. So I really, really like this. Would recommend. I think this is maybe the 3rd one I've bought. Oh no, I have the 3rd one right now that I'm using. This is the 2nd one that I bought. So I do really like it. I've tried a couple others that I didn't like from the drugstore as much. So this is definitely the best drugstore one that I found. If you're looking for one, I would try this one out. And I have the One Size Turn Up the Base Concealer. I love the shade range on these. It's very, very creamy. It's not a bad concealer, but I just like my Revolution IRL one better. So when I discovered that one, I started using this just as like a cream highlight in my highlighty regions, because I always do that every day too. And it actually worked really well for that too, especially this shade. This is Fair 3. So I like it. If you have oily skin, you might not love it because it's really creamy and it might move around a little bit. If you have drier skin, you'll probably love it. But yeah, it's definitely a good concealer. I don't know if I would repurchase it just because I found one that I really like, but I don't think it's bad. I do think it's good. Okay, we have another makeup remover cleansing balm. So this is from Versed. This is their really small size, which I'm glad I got. It's their Day Dissolve cleansing balm with eucalyptus oil and vitamin E. So when I first smelled this is the reason I bought it, you guys. You guys are gonna laugh at me, you ready? It smells like eggnog. And it was funny because I thought that without looking at the ingredients, and then I looked at the ingredients that were like eucalyptus oil and vitamin E, and I was like, oh, that's supposed to be what the smell is, eucalyptus. But to me, it smells like eggnog, and it got me really excited for Christmas already, and that's kind of why I bought it. I don't think it's the best cleansing balm in the world. They make a bigger one, but you might want to just try it. I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it worked as well as like my e.l.f. one, or even that CeraVe one that I talked about earlier. So I like it just for the smell, but also again, if you're really sensitive to fragrance, you might not like that. So I like that it smells like eggnog, but I don't think it did the best job at removing my makeup. All right, we are down to the last 2. I have the Shiseido Ultimune Power Infusing Concentrate. You guys know I love this stuff, but it's super expensive. I would try to buy it again during the holidays. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. I would try to buy it during the holidays in a set because you can try it out for less money, but I think it works really well. It's a really beautiful serum. I've got my mom hooked on this. She's repurchased it already. I bought it for a bunch of people for Christmas in different sets, so do highly recommend this one. It's really pretty. I feel like it even helped my acne. I've talked pretty much at length about this on my channel, so I won't go into too much detail, but it's pricey, but it's one of the few pricey serums that I think is actually worth it, because I really do see a difference in like how glowy my skin looks, how tired it looks. So I would recommend, but only if it's not going to break the bank. If you have a gift card, If you have extra money, cool. I think this is worth it. If not, wait for a sale. And even you could probably just go to the Shiseido counter and ask them for a sample, because they have samples of this, and see if you like it first. Like, definitely try it out before you buy it, because it's extremely expensive. They do have different sizes and different prices. I think this is maybe the second largest or the largest, so it's really expensive. But yeah, I do really like this. I think it's worth it, but only if you can actually afford it, which I can't always. Like, I definitely cannot afford to repurchase this right now. So I just felt like I needed to say that. Okay, stop talking, Haley. And then last one is a holy grail of mine. It's the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I'm really liking the Makeup Forever powder right now as well, but I still like this a little bit more. It's almost like softer and adds a little bit more coverage in my opinion. So if you're somebody that likes fuller coverage, I would probably go with this one, but they're both good. I've repurchased this so many times though. I love it. I kind of go through a rotation of powders, so I'll probably be repurchasing this one again once I run out of a different one. So I love this. I do think it's worth the money, and I think it's great at just like setting down your makeup. I tend to have a little bit drier skin and I've never had a problem. Other people say that they do, so I think it just kind of depends, but...
Sorry, I found the reason for it.
I'm almost done. Last product.
Back to your queen stuff.
Love you. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I love it. Repurchased it so many times, will repurchase again. But I think it's one you just gotta try out and just decide for yourself. I feel like the overall consensus is that people like it, but I have heard like on YouTube different people saying that if you have drier skin, this maybe wouldn't look the best. But I personally love it, and I tend to have like combination drier skin on the outer portions of my face, so I love it. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I hope you hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.